welcome to Perma Blend and our celebration of the Brow Daddy set. We here at Perma Blend are really excited about the set. It's been a work and love in progress. We had a big celebration the day that we were bottling and labeling and then boxing and finally getting the first shipment out. So that was really exciting for us here in Fort Mill, South Carolina. So I'm really happy to have you guys. We are going to be bringing in Ruben, Brow Daddy, and he's really excited. I'm watching everything on social media, and so this should be a really fun interview. So let me grab Ruben. There you go. Hello, my love.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Where are you right now?
In a hotel we're in Sacramento right now.
Sacramento. Okay.
Yeah.
How are the classes going?
Good. Yeah. Yesterday was extra good. It was really good vibes in the room. I loved it.
Awesome. So everybody, please welcome Ruben, Brow Daddy, and we're going to talk about the new Gold Series gorgeous set that was his brainchild, from the packaging to the way he wanted it bottled, to the way he wanted the labels to look, to the colors and the exact formulation that he wanted. He was dreaming about this set long before it ever came to fruition. So Ruben, we're really excited. I was telling them before that the day that we actually started to package everything, put it all together, and there was such excitement here in Fort Mill. It was just amazing because everybody had worked so long to get to that point, and now we were finally able to get it bottled, labeled, and into the box, and it looked gorgeous. And getting it out to the distributors was just going to be so exciting. So, do you want to talk about your vision a bit?
Yeah, of course. I wanted to create something that hasn't been done before in permanent makeup. I feel like we're selling really luxurious high-end services, beauty services to our customers. So I wanted to create something where the artists can display this and make the customer also feel good when they see this. Oh, they go to the salon oh, that looks good. What is this? I feel like that's something that hasn't been done before, and it looks so luxurious. You can kind of brag about it.
Exactly.
And not only the look of it, obviously.
Right. I don't know if they know, but if you turn the box around, it's a little stand.
Mm-hmm.
So
we added this kind of last minute. I was like, oh, you know what? It's actually would be a cool idea to add a stand. So everyone who's watching this, you have a stand in the back of your box, so you can display this. Obviously, it's up to you how you do that.
Yeah. So when you first started to think about the colors that you wanted in the set, was there something that was happening in your scope, in your work, that you felt there was something missing, or was it just something that you just felt you wanted to do, or were you missing something?
I think I had a pretty clear vision how I wanted my colors to be. So there was a few priorities for me. Number one, and I think most artists out there can relate to that, is I want the highest retention possible. So when the client comes back, if I don't have to touch them up, I don't want to touch them up, because obviously it's more work for us and the client has to pay. And also, the integrity of the skin, it will be better to, you can only do so many treatments in a lifetime on a client's skin. So retention, and we definitely nailed that. Everyone who will see their clients back will love it.
And so let everybody know, you had the vision. We worked with the chemist and the formulator, and then going back and forth until it was perfection on your end, right? And the testing, how many clients did you, we went back and forth so many times until it was perfect for you.
Yes, I think I drove you guys a little crazy with that, but we're so happy now. And when I see my clients back now, I'm still shocked sometimes. I'm just super happy and really confident in what we have created there. Yeah,
that's awesome. And so now you are doing your world tour. And you are taking this set, and
my set is always with me, and the students watching this out there, now you spoiled them, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Spoiled the surprise.
Oh, sorry.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, everyone, congratulations. You're gonna be, you're gonna get the gold collection in your gift kit.
That's so great. I'm sure everybody's very excited. So when you're teaching this class, are you working with these colors so they're actually getting to see live?
Yeah, them in action basically, and I'm also going a little bit more in depth about each color. So you actually have created with the chemists the sheet where where it's more like in detail about the color, the suggested Fitzpatrick's. Yeah, and I think we should share that also with everyone.
Yeah,
if you're
I can
okay with that.
Yeah,
I really like that chart.
I know it's a good chart. I'll put it up on permablend.com under what do we have? Assets. I think we have assets up there, so I'll put it under there so everybody will be able to see it.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll do that next week. But yeah, so we are here in Fort Mill, and our distributors are loving the set. We've sent them out to some people before, so they've been using it, and your influence have been using it, and everybody is just raving about the set. So we're really excited. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I think last week artists started working with it because you guys shipped out first, and many of them actually already received the kit, and I'm getting all of these tags. I'm like, oh my god, I can't stop posting. I'm hoping Instagram is not going to shadow ban me because I'm spamming my stories and everything. But
so what did
I'm
it
so
feel
happy
like?
to see it.
What did it feel like for you when the set was finally complete and now you're seeing artists work with it?
I think I'm so annoying. I tell my friends every day, like, oh, this is so unreal. It's like it's happening, Yeah.
It's so great.
So cool.
So I don't know if everybody's going to get to see the videos that we did, right? We talked about that a little bit, but just quickly tell them the Brow Daddy story, how you got your name, Brow Daddy.
My name? Okay, let me just take a sip of water because I feel
Yeah, me too. And then I have some questions
Sorry.
I have to ask you. My crew here is bugging me for some questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the story real short. So I was with some friends on a festival actually, and I was about to open the salon in Las Vegas, and yeah, we were like, we had a good time, and I had to find a good name. I knew, I wanted to create like a big brand. It was like my dream, and I knew it has to be something that everyone remembers, and it's kind of like, kind of maybe funny and cool, all of that. And I was wearing a hat that says Daddy. And that's the hat that I now give my students and their kids too. And I looked in the mirror, a little bit drunk. I was like, Daddy, okay. Wait, I do brows, so Brow Daddy, that makes sense. And then, I jumped out of the restroom. I'm like, oh my God, I'm Brow Daddy. And everyone is like, yes, you're Brow Daddy. Yeah, that's how it happened.
That's so great. Every time I hear the story, I get the chills because it was such a moment of epiphany. Like, yes, this is the brand name, and you had that vision, and I love that, right?
Thank you.
Okay, so what would you like to explore next with Brow Daddy? Is there a project that you have in your mind? Do you have other things that you're creating?
I mean, we're actually, maybe creating some more stuff together. I don't know. Yeah, there's many things we're actually, we're planning a lot.
The brand is just beginning.
Yeah, we're here, and
yes,
there's so much more to come.
Exactly.
I'm so happy to, that this happened between us.
I know, me too. We are too.
Thank
so
you.
Some questions we're getting. What's your favorite mixture of pigment from the collection? So do you have colors that you kind of find yourself mixing all the time?
Yes, actually. And I've seen many artists copy that, and it looks so beautiful. I love mixing chocolate, which is like a soft dark brown, with Tokyo Black.
With Tokyo Black.
And that creates like a really nice, like a dark brown.
These are the two. These are the two.
Yep.
So, yep. And so on the chart that Ruben is talking about, that I'll put up for you guys, we'll recommend fits numbers, and the opacity will tell you if it's high opacity or low opacity. And so you'll get some good information on there. But if you guys, whomever has the set already, do the drawdowns and look at these gorgeous, gorgeous colors, and you're really going to be able to work on any client that you have in your seat with this set.
There was one question I get all the time. Can I just jump in with that?
Yeah.
So one question we had was, are they pre-modified? And that's actually a good question and important. Some of them are pre-modified, so we added some warmth. Some of them are neutral. Some of them are more cool. I wanted this to be as diverse as possible. So, like, they're super diverse. You have, for example, Bruges is like extremely warm. It's a dark brown, extremely warm with a red yellow base. Super nice. I think that will be one of the favorites especially for the microbladers, because those hair strokes will heal to a true brown. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
And we have some. Let's go. Let me see. I have my chart here. Truffle Dream. I know that's gonna be a super duper favorite of everyone. Truffle Dream is more like a neutral base color. Do you have it there? Truffle Dream, yeah. So beautiful.
Yeah, it has a high opacity too. And yeah, I think that honestly within the line, the variety of colors are brilliant. I really love them. I think they're just brilliant. So
yeah, and to go back about the modified colors, I did this on purpose because I don't think every single client needs modifiers, or added warmth to their colors. If you have a client, let's say young skin, super young, and you have usually they just heal more true to color. Obviously, if you have someone who has some damaged skin, you would add more warmth, right? That you would have to get to know all of that, the undertones of the colors. But that's why I really love the chart that you made.
Yeah, good. So how is the gold collection different than the other sets in the Perma Blend line? Besides the colors that you chose, what are the other specifications that you wanted? The high pigment load, right?
Pigment load, yeah, the highest that is, I think, scientifically or in the chemist world even possible, right? Because obviously I educated myself to a little bit more, and I found out that there is a limit that you can go. If you go over that, it does the reverse effect. I think, like, it does something negative to the formula. So we nailed the pigment load the highest.
Yeah.
That's how we get that super great retention.
So some people are asking, what's your preferred mapping technique? Do you have a preferred mapping technique?
I do. It's like a mix between freehand and the string method.
Okay. And is that something that you go over in your class?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
They actually see a live demonstration of me doing it.
Okay. And when you're doing your procedures, your procedures now with the set, are you finding that your clients, when they're coming back, are they coming back and the color looks exactly like you expected it to look?
Yes.
Good.
I would say 99% of the time. Obviously, you never 100% know what kind of medication the client is on or what they do when they go home, right? But yeah, it's true to color in a shocking way. I would say in a good shocking way.
Right. And what's interesting is for us at Perma Blend, when we work with artists and we see the vision that an artist has, it always pushes us too to learn more, right? And to explore more and do different things. And so I think, that's probably the part of my job that I love the best. So this is what the set looks like. There's some goodies in here, and I won't spoil the surprise, but the set is just absolutely gorgeous. And Ruben put a lot of love and time and energy and effort. And I know Marvin's standing there. He was also instrumental in getting this all pulled together exactly the way that you wanted it, and I think that it is truly a beautiful, luxurious set. And
all my heart went in there. designing this. My heart
Yeah.
went in there, everything.
It did.
Designing this. Oh,
Yes,
there's one
and
question
so-
I see also all the time. Sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
It is about the color chart. So people are asking if it comes with a color chart, and we're actually working on that. So that will be released soon.
Yeah. So like Ruben was saying before, the set is so beautiful that, you know, it is something that you might want to display because it does present an air of luxury and just high end and just beautiful, beautiful product. So more to come from Brow Daddy. Very exciting. What's your most requested brow look?
Ombre brows, yeah, that's what I'm known for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So is
ombre
there
brows.
like, do people, I mean, you do in Vegas, you know, do people have a certain style that they're always asking for?
I think, yeah, I think the Vegas, my clients in Vegas, they like the dramatic look. Yeah.
Mhm.
They come back most of the time. They're like, "Oh, can you go a little bit darker?" Yeah.
Do you ever get clients that want like a really thin brow and you have to talk them into something else?
Not so often, no.
No.
I usually just go with their brow, like the natural thickness of the brow. I don't like to go much thicker,
Okay.
unless they don't have any hair, obviously.
Right.
But
Yeah, awesome. So do you want to take some Q&As and see what people
Yeah.
are thinking and feeling about the set? I think that would be fun. Does he see them on his end too?
I see it. Yeah.
Okay. So, hi, I use your pigments, but they always get red. So a lot of times when you guys are tattooing with the high pigmented pigments, you're going to get that when it's mixing with the blood, the pigment load is so high, but the result will never heal. It will never come back red unless you've used it on the wrong client or something, put in too much of the modifier or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, then you're going to obviously get that. But yes, you will see it red.
I'm actually wondering if she's using my pigment set
Oh, okay.
because it never happened to me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, red. There's only let me see. There's chocolate. Where we have red, and Bruges. Bruges is
Yeah.
one color that really turns extremely red. Like I said earlier, we modified this heavily, and this is the only color where I would say it really is very, very warm. But when it heals, it cools down a little bit. So it heals to a true brown.
Yeah. So I would just say that artists have to learn this set and the way that it works, just like they do any other pigment line or any of the other Perma Blend colors. It's just, you know, you have to use it, right? You have to use it to get used to it. And if you learn the colors and you know your skin undertones and your overtones, you're going to be fine. And again, you can always reach out to us and we can answer questions. Is there a modifier or thinning solution?
Yeah.
There's a modifier in there, right? So go ahead.
Yeah. So I added Honey Magic, which is super pretty orangey yellow color, and you can use that on its own for your ginger clients or to add warmth to any color. It's the perfect modifier and also the perfect ginger color for your ginger clients.
Yeah. So I think one of the things, Ruben, that would be great is as we go on and we have artists that are using the set just to have the healed results of each colors, right? Color combinations and heal in a file somewhere so that people can see it. But, you know, the clients are so different and everybody, you know, there's so many variables when you're tattooing somebody. So, you know, you have to make your own educated judgment, right? They have to know and make their own educated judgments, and we can just guide them, right?
Absolutely.
So let's see. What else do you want to say about the set? I don't want to take over this.
What are your favorite combos for melanin-rich skin tones? I have used Tokyo Black on its own, and it looks really beautiful. That's one of them, and really, really nice colors. Also, Bruges. You have a lot of warmth in there, so that would be good for fits 5. On a 6, it might be a little too light. Like 4 or 5 is really good.
Good. So somebody asked if this was a limited edition set. It is not. This is a set that will be available
forever,
worldwide and forever. Exactly. And more to come. So thank you guys for these questions. What color was the first one you created? Which was the first color that you created in the set? Do you remember?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't remember,
No.
because we have been reformulating things so many times until I was like, okay, now it's perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember anymore.
And somewhere we should document the story with the names, how you came up with all the names and the correlation with, you know. So tell where'd you get Tokyo Black from?
Tokyo Black. So Tokyo Black, Japan is my favorite country. I love Japan, and we always go to, you know, visit Tokyo, and I was like, okay, I have to somehow implement some of the things that I, you know, are close to my heart. And I was like, Tokyo Black. And then I was like, you know, when I go to Japan, I'm like, everyone has that, because they, you know, it's more like a, how do you say it? They're more old school. They don't really dye the hair over there. So their natural hair, they all have that super dark, almost black, but it's not really black hair. And I'm like, okay, Tokyo Black. And you know, the Japanese people that I've seen kind of all have like the same natural hair color. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Looks like that. So I was like, okay, let's call it Tokyo Black.
That's great. That's a great color. And then Chocolate, can you do that one?
Chocolate is, it's basically chocolate in German.
Right.
And you know, I'm German.
Right.
That's,
I don't think a lot of people know that. So that's, you know, so even the names, even down to the names, were just a love project for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so cute.
Oh, and Bruges, when you look at Bruges, it's basically brown and rouge for red, because it's, you know, pretty warm red color. But yeah, keep in mind when you use it on your client, it's not gonna be red. It's
right.
I just thought it's a cool idea, brown and red rouge.
Yes, people are saying, can you be any more adorable? I know, I agree with you girls.
For me, it's it's a little bit stressful to be live, because I've never done it before. But yeah,
I know,
for the love.
I know, I'm honored. Okay, so people are asking about titanium dioxide. So I want to just talk to a little bit about that.
Yes, please.
So, you know, when we're creating colors, you know, the colors are mixed with pigments to create the tone that we're looking for. So if we're creating a lighter color, then we're going to use more titanium dioxide. Okay, but the issue historically has been that pigments have had too much titanium dioxide and not enough strong other pigments in there. And so when the colors faded in the past, historically, the actual color was fading out, and what was left was a lot of the titanium dioxide. So this is a white, this is the Blanc from Perma Blend, and this is the white. And you can see that, like, you cannot see through this, right? It's very opaque. So the good thing about having colors with titanium dioxide in them is that it's going to give you a lot of strength and coverage. And so as long as the other pigments in that color...
You guys call it balanced, right? So if the formula is balanced...
The formula...
Yeah. Actually, I wanted you to talk about titanium dioxide, because there's so many artists out there, you know, obviously I learned this along the way too, you know, when we started formulating everything 2 years ago. I learned so much about pigments, so interesting actually. And I see in forums and, you know, many artists are so misinformed about titanium dioxide. They're like, does this color have titanium dioxide in it? Then it's bad, you know, that's total nonsense. If the chemist knows what he or she is doing, the formula is balanced, then you're going to be fine. It's perfect.
Right. And so you can answer that and tell him I'm on Instagram. And if the pigments are high, right? If the pigment load in there is high, then you're gonna get that balance, and that's why we always talk about the high pigment load, because the other colors in there are not so little while the titanium is so high. And so we do, that is, you know, we look at that balanced formulation, we look at the light fastness, all of those things to create this. But, you know, titanium in and of itself, as long as it's in a balanced formulation, is not bad. It's not, you know, you're not going to take this and tattoo it straight on somebody, right? But when the chemist and the formulator put it in a balanced formulation, then there's no reason to fear titanium dioxide at all.
Exactly, yeah.
At all. And so we just have to educate people, that's all.
I think maybe now we helped a lot of people to understand this, because
Yeah.
the balanced formula basically, you know, means that you explained this really good to me, is the even fading, right? So they're basically all like the amount of each ingredient is, you know, in the formula is so balanced that when it fades in the skin, it fades evenly. So,
Right.
you know, you don't have funny fading that one color is left. So, yeah.
Exactly.
You guys have the best chemists, so.
Who you're very friendly with now. So that's good. So somebody's asking, what colors would you recommend for microblading?
That's such a good question. I love it. Barouche is going to be an all-time favorite. If you want a true medium to dark brown, perfect. Because obviously if you have microblading, or you're a microblader, you want to add a little bit more warmth to your colors, because microblading typically, or any hair stroke techniques, heal a little bit cooler. So Barouche would be great. Golden Goddess, super pretty. It's like a medium to dark blonde shade with slightly warm undertones. And you can always add the modifier Honey Magic to your colors to create a little bit more warmth.
Yeah. So honestly, you know, when we're looking at the colors, any of the colors, I would say could be used for microblading, just because we can add the warmth. We can add that modifier in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you wanted to use it straight, then definitely, you know, what Ruben said. But I think that as long as you know how to modify it, I think it's, you know, they're all beautiful colors.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's asking the difference between organics and inorganics, which is better. You know, organics, we are a blend, and all of Ruben's colors are a blend. And we found that it just depends on what color we're looking for, whether we use organic and inorganic. And organics are not, you know, the natural pigment. You know, people call up, oh, your color's organic. Well, you know, organic means that it's made in the lab. It just has atom molecules, right, that carbon, that make it organic. That's why we call it organic. It's organic chemistry. But when we look at inorganics historically were mined from the earth. They're not anymore. There's just not enough natural material in the earth. And so everything is made in the lab. And what the benefit of that is that we can keep everything cleaner, right? So when we mined from the earth, there was always heavy metals and all those kinds of things. And now we can keep and create cleaner pigments. And we are always going through testing, and EU regulations are always changing. And that is why, you know, with Perma Blend, we change with the regulations. We just do. We will always be changing with the regulations. And now with the new EU regulations, every manufacturer is going to be changing with the regulations, because if they want to sell worldwide, they're going to have to do that. So we've just started the process a bit sooner, and we will keep everybody updated, and you know, just keep trying to improve the brand and keep it as safe as possible. Somebody's asking the consistency of the pigments. Do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, because that's something that I love to talk about also in my classes now, since you explained this very good to me a while ago. So when I started formulating this with the chemist, my first thought was, okay, you know what? Let's make the pigments a little thicker, right? So, and you and the chemist, you explained to me that in the formula, there's only so much space, right?
Exactly.
And if you add thickener, you have to, there's maybe not enough space for the amount of pigment itself. That means for me, my highest priority, which was the retention, that the client retains as much color as possible, we would have to, we have to, how you say that? Basically, I forgot the English word for that. But the retention would not be the same, right? If the pigment load is higher. So I would have to decide. We do super thin consistency, watery pigment, which I'm okay with, or we go thicker, but you know, the pigment load and the pigment itself would not be as high. And I was, you know, immediately I knew I don't care about my, you know, the thickness of the pigment. I think we all can agree that the retention is, and the pigment load itself is most important to me.
Yeah, and interesting that you say that, because when we first started Perma Blend and microbladers were using it, they were having a really hard time, and so they were adding the thick shading solution to just give it a little bit more consistency, but finding that it lessened the pigment load. Right? It just, that's
when you told me this, I was like, pooh. Yeah, so interesting. Yeah. I love that.
So, but microblade artists have gotten used to, have really gotten used to the thinner consistency because of the retention and the healed results. So, is there anything else that you want to tell your fans here that are so excited to see you on an Instagram Live for the first time?
Is it true that Perma Blend pigments don't fade as quickly as organic pigments, and you should therefore only be used for artists completely happy about their technique in depth? Anne-Marie, you can answer this.
Say that again. What did I didn't?
Oh, you didn't see that one? Okay, is it true that Perma Blend
is it true that Perma Blend pigments don't fade as quickly as organic pigments, and that they should therefore only be used by artists completely happy about their technique in depth? So, you know, again, organic and inorganic. If I show you, oh gosh, I had a chart in here, pictures of organics and inorganics, the organic pigments are just brighter and more transparent. It means that I can see through them. They're just more transparent by nature. Where the inorganics are a heavier pigment, they're denser, you're not seeing through them as much. And so it's one over the other is not, you know, there's not one better than the other. And so when we blend them, we find that we're getting a good balance, again, going back to that word, but we also get the opacity and the strength that we're looking for, and the highlight fastness numbers, because the inorganics are always high on the light fastness on the blue wool scale. So we know, you know, we know what we're getting. And so organic or inorganic, it doesn't matter. If you go, I used to do laser tattoo removal, and when I was doing that, you know, it didn't matter. I didn't have to know whether there was organic or inorganics in the tattoo I was removing. And I'm not talking about PMU tattoo, I'm talking about body tattoo. But the laser removed it. And now the techniques are so good and lasers are so good, I don't know that there's much of an issue with any kind of a removal. But if you guys are finding that, you know, some colors are harder to remove than others, you know, I'd be interested in the data, so send me the information, right? Because we're always learning and we're always growing. Okay, so another question. Because you mainly do ombre brows, do you think you developed the colors with that technique in mind?
Yeah, definitely. I have my, you know, the technique. I mainly use machines, so I stopped doing microblading, but I know for sure that there will be microblading artists creating super bomb work with my pigments. I know already.
Right, for any technique.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
We have someone here. She's already using my pigment. She says the gold collection is the best. Yesterday, actually, I had someone messaging me. She was like, you know what? I love your colors so good, so much. I did 4 models just for free, because I can't stop working with your colors.
She just wanted to use it.
Yeah, she just wanted to use it. That was so cool.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's great. All right, so one last question I have for you. what do you see as the future of permanent makeup? Like, do you see from when you started to now, like, have you seen large changes, and what do you see as the future?
The future, I feel
Like,
like we're,
do you see the industry, do you see like product changing?
I feel like we're developing, or you as the pigment manufacturer, everything is like developing so fast. Like you're getting better at making ink, and machines out there getting better, needles getting better. Everything is so much better. And I always say to my students, and I still feel that way, that the permanent makeup industry is actually a baby industry. We're still small compared to, let's say, makeup. Permanent makeup is not even that big yet. I think there's so much more to come for all of us. Yeah, I think we're still here, and it's growing so fast.
And I think there's still so much more to learn. I think that we, even as big manufacturers, we continue to, work with different ingredients and new pigments, and we're all just continuing to learn. And so I love that about this industry. I think it's really exciting. It's an exciting industry to be in because of the growth like that, like you're saying.
Yeah, I love it. It's super interesting.
Yeah. So where's your next stop? You're in Sacramento now.
Seattle.
Where?
Yeah. Seattle.
Seattle.
We're going to Seattle tomorrow, and then I think it is on the 7th. Yeah.
Okay. And then you have a lot of locations out of the country as well. Have you come across any restrictions yet that you're finding?
Yeah, Canada. That was super sad. We had to cancel Canada because of the restrictions. But everyone who's watching from Canada, we're gonna be back. When they open the borders, I'm gonna be there.
Awesome. Okay. Any last word, my love?
I don't know. I'm just super happy. That's all I can say. I'm happy, and I just can't wait to see more of artists using the gold collection. And we have a hashtag, so please tag me on Brow Daddy Gold.
Okay.
That's awesome. How we can find all your work.
Awesome. And then you guys, the Brow Daddy set, the gold series, is available worldwide. No matter where you are in the world, it is available to you. And so thank you for watching. Thank you for making this set so exciting, Ruben, and doing all your hard work. And it was a joy working with you and getting to know you more and all of that. So I love you guys. Marvin, take care, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.